Hello and welcome everyone to Tao, Ancient Secrets of All Life. My name is Vanessa Ferraro, and I am so happy to welcome you this wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're tuning in from around the world. We have people joining us from South America, Canada, across the United States, parts of Europe, as well as India. And dare I say, there are some people who do register so they can watch from Australia at this time. So we're really excited to welcome you here today. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Vanessa Ferraro. I am a certified Tao Master Teacher with Tao Academy, and I'm truly honored to also work with Dr. and Master Shah as a commercial director for the company globally. And you are here inside of a very special teaching that happens every single Sunday. So mark your calendars. If this is your first time joining us, we will give you an opportunity to register for, let's say, a few weeks out, so you can make this part of your week and study Tao, Ancient Secrets of All Life, a very special 2-hour workshop, but it's also like a Tao experience. And I'll explain a little bit about that shortly. Dr. and Master Zhong Shah is a living Tao Grand Master. He is a master of many ancient Eastern arts, such as Qigong, Feng Shui, Tai Chi, the I Ching. He's Kung Fu, also a Western medicine doctor, Chinese medicine doctor, acupuncturist, and the creator and founder of Tao calligraphy, which you will learn more about in this session. This is something that is very focused on really experiencing Tao. You see, in a world that you currently view right now, it's very focused on what divides us, right? So it's one of the most revolutionary acts to come together in harmony, to come together in oneness, to come together in a unified alignment to the highest source, to the highest frequencies of love, forgiveness, compassion, light, humility, harmony, gratitude, service, and more. So over these next 2 hours, you're going to be introduced to a revolutionary healing technology that varies across many different forms, as well as understand at a deeper level what Dr. and Master Shah truly is bringing to humanity during this very, very sacred time on Mother Earth. I invite you to get out a notebook. Make sure you have your little notebook. I have my little pen and paper over here. And really open your heart to receiving the wisdom that is going to come through today and expanding our awareness of what is possible during this time. You see, Tao healing technology, specifically Tao calligraphy, has transformed hundreds and thousands of people's lives. This has ranged from healing of the mind. We have grandmaster teachers from around the world that have been cured of OCD. We have depression, anxiety, these types of mental challenges that so many of us are experiencing and our loved ones. We've also had countless stories of miracles occurring in people's health, in their relationships, in their finances. So Tao calligraphy, as new as it may be to you, if it's your first time, it has been here and has been transforming the lives of hundreds of thousands of people around the world. So I'm going to introduce you to a woman named Carmen. Carmen has a very unique story, but it's a very unified story in the search and seeking of the highest wisdom and truth, and how her life transformed through her health challenges, transformed her family through the power and teachings of Tao calligraphy as created and taught by Dr. and Master Sha. I'm going to ask our wonderful AV team to please play Carmen's story. This is about an 8 to 10 minute video to really deepen and open the heart about what we're about to experience. Thank you, everyone.
Traveling is like the blood in my veins. It enlivens me. I love to discover and experience different culture, different people, and places around the world. Life is a journey that can take us to some unexpected places. In 2013, it took me to India, Nepal, China, United States, Turkey, in search of a cure that would save my life. It was like a pilgrimage of hope for me. When I received the diagnosis for breast cancer, I didn't panic. I wasn't feeling fear. I cried a lot and felt liberated. My mind was very clear that I was going to follow my heart. I decided I did not want to go through the conventional treatment of chemotherapy. I wanted to explore another alternative medicine to heal from it. For a year, in 2013, I traveled the world looking for a cure. I tried traditional Chinese medicine treatments, learned Qigong in China. I learned to do yoga and meditation in India. I went to see a herbal doctor in Nepal. After 2 years, there was no improvement in my tumor condition. It was very difficult for me to accept and to wait. I tried to convince her to follow the surgery. Please do this for the children's sake, for the family's sake. So finally, I decided to go to Istanbul for surgery and chemotherapy. The cancer treatment was successful and it went into remission. I was ready to embrace my life fully again, without the burden and worry of whether I will be around anymore or how much time I have left. Life was good again. And then life decided to take me on another journey into the unknown. A year later, a blood test showed high markers for tumor. This time, the cancer had metastasized to my liver and it was already 80% covered with cancer. The doctor told me it was too advanced for liver transplant or surgery. They told me I didn't have much time left. And the most difficult part was when the doctors told us there is no solution anymore and there is not so much time. This was the most difficult to accept. I was feeling very, very sad, very depressed. I was crying from time to time. I was not able to save her at the end. We flew to Houston, Texas, to get a second opinion on my prognosis, and it was the same. The oncologist wasn't able to help me. After the discussion with the doctors in Houston, we had the flight back to Europe. I told her very open and honestly that I would rather die in her place because I was sure that for our children it would be better with a mother than with a father. When Dragos said that to me, it really made me more determined to stay alive. I remember calling Dragos one afternoon and told him I saw vision, a Chinese man. I told him I know there is a Chinese healer who is going to save my life. A few months later, a friend invited me to a healing retreat. I received some remote healing transmission from Master Shen, who was in Toronto, and I was in Netherlands. I was on the stage receiving this transmission, and I felt very emotional, and tears came. Everyone in the room was clapping and cheering for me. I felt very alive. When I met Master Sha in person in 2019 at a healing retreat in Hawaii, I finally connected the dots. I realized he was the Chinese man I saw in my vision. This was the man who was going to save my life. Just 3 months after more healing blessing from Master Sha, my MRI showed that I only had one dot of cancer left on the membrane of my liver. One dot. Before the healing blessings, my liver was 80% covered with cancer. It was truly a miracle. I continued to do Dao calligraphy Tai Chi 2 hours a day at home together with my husband Dragos. I would trace Tao calligraphy with my hands and my body like doing Tai Chi. I can feel the healing frequencies of love and light coming to parts of my body. I felt energy moving and my body became warm. Every time I traced, I started to feel better. And the frequency is even stronger when I trace with my husband Dragos together. And he can feel it too. You have to experience it to know it. Dao calligraphy is a sacred, transformative art that carries healing frequencies. You just connect with this healing field, and it really worked for me. Dear Divine, dear Dao, dear all my spiritual fathers and mothers in heaven, I love you, I honor you, and I appreciate you. I'm extremely grateful. Thank you. I also do this forgiveness meditation daily to heal the negative messages that have caused my cancer condition on the soul level. This meditation is very powerful to help me release a lot of soul, heart, mind, and body blockages.
I picked up the Chinese brush for the first time in my life. I didn't know what to expect. I never saw before Chinese calligraphy, but it was magic. When you start, you have to experience it. Otherwise, it's difficult to describe the peace that you can feel and the healing which starts from within. You immediately start feeling like you are connected with something bigger than your understanding and your mind. I decided to become Tao calligraphy practitioner. We are feeling like we are doing something, it's not like waiting without a solution. We are doing something. We are fighting for something together on the same journey.
I never asked why me. In my heart, I wasn't afraid of dying. If this is what God wanted for me, there must be something I must learn from it. When I met Master Sha for the first time, I was very moved by the great love that he has for everyone. His heart of service really touched me. I knew there are bigger reasons for me to meet Master Sha, not just to heal from my cancer. He can teach me something. 9 months later, after my trip to Hawaii, where I met Master Sha, I went back for my MRI in December 2019. This time, the result showed that all my cancer was gone. I never imagined that my life would be saved by calligraphy art.
We are very happy and very grateful that my mom is healthy and that she's healed, and that we get to spend a lot of time with her and that we still have her in our lives.
What I learned from Master Sha is I have the power to heal myself. You have the power to heal yourself. Together, we have the power to heal the world. Now, Dragos and I can apply the Dao calligraphy techniques we learned, and using Dao calligraphy, we can heal ourselves and our family. I have healed my children from headaches, from the flu, and many things. My family is happier and healthier thanks to Dao calligraphy healing.
I feel the energy coming to my body and I feel better. Usually when I have headaches, she made me trace the calligraphy 10-15 minutes and it helped me. It just works, I don't know how. It's just coming to me. I feel more powerful when I trace.
With the Tao calligraphy cards, I bring them to school every day and it helps me focus more on my exams.
My cancer was really a blessing in disguise. It showed me a new way of living, of healing and transformation. I have more courage to love more, care more, live to the fullest of my life. I am grateful for all the places that life has taken me. It has taught me to open my heart to discover that life is full of miracles. We just need to open to receive it.
Thank you to everyone who contributed to creating that incredible documentary, and of course, specifically to Carmen and her family for doing the practices, doing the work, and of course to Dr. and Master Shah for his unwavering commitment to serve humanity and to make Tao calligraphy and all of these teachings so readily available to everyone, no matter where you are coming from on your path and your journey. This is revolutionary, what is occurring. And what's most special, and I just have to share this to anyone who's new, I met Master Shah 6 years ago. I started studying his books and his work. And I was shocked to go to one of his retreats and see that he so readily makes available all the information to everyone. There's no distinction for him as a brand new student. Just met him for the first time, and he's just wisdom pouring out every single moment. He's not retaining anything like, oh, this is only for a special few. This is only for my advanced students. This is only for he literally gives so much. And he has empowered so many incredible souls who are known as his master teachers. So if you are a master teacher with Tao Academy, you have studied and trained with some of the top teachers in Tao Academy who have all been personally mentored and trained by Dr. and Master Zhigong Shah himself. We have many centers, 12 centers around the world as I speak these words today. And we have a very special guest today to lead and teach these Tao ancient secrets to transform our lives. His name is Francisco Quintero. He is a certified master teacher, a renowned certified master teacher. Why? He's the leading teacher and trainer of all the master teachers at Tao Academy. He has been studying and working with Master Sha, traveling all over the world, watching miracle after miracle after miracle occur for humans that apply. Very key word here. You must apply the teachings and the practice. Otherwise, it's just theory. Master Sha gives us so much. We have to apply it to really experience the power. He has taught Francisco, taught the leading teachers. Francisco teaches us. He's an absolutely incredible soul. And he's going to be leading this next hour and a half. So as he continues to teach us today, I invite everyone to ensure it's very important. You can take your notes, but please don't video record or tape anything, okay? It's also important, I know there's a lot of beautiful souls. This is not so that you can teach it as well. You're here to learn as a student, receive the wisdom, apply it in your life, have a transformation, and then share your transformation with the world. So no pictures, no recordings, just be here, be present, open and receive as we welcome Francisco Quintero. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you, Vanessa, for the beautiful introduction and for the heart-touching story of Carmen. So I welcome you all from all over the world to learn the ancient secrets, the Tao secrets that Master Sha has released. Today, you're going to learn something new, okay? I even learned something new with Master Sha every moment. And today, you're going to learn some key secrets on what's called the Snow Mountain area. For those of you who have studied with Dr. and Master Jing Sha for some time, you will learn something new also today. As Vanessa mentioned, Master Sha gives this wisdom very openly to whoever comes and joins these sessions. Truly, these secrets will help you to heal and to transform your life. I applied these techniques, similar techniques 20 years ago to heal my high blood pressure condition in my late 20s. And they worked for me, and I was curious, do they work for others? And I have had the honor to travel around the world with Master Sha, and I've seen what's possible with Master Sha's techniques. So let us go into today's teaching. I have some new slides here, okay? So if the team can post up the slides. Okay, so we're focusing on building a solid foundation to boost energy, stamina, vitality, immunity. Master Sha taught last week's course on the lower Dantian. If you haven't done so, a very powerful teaching and also new secrets. So today's class number 2. So the first class was on the lower Dantian, the Foundation Energy Center. Today's the Snow Mountain area. So we're going to go deeper to what it is, how do you develop it, and so forth. Now, in this first part of the course, we are doing something called Minggong. So Minggong is in Mandarin, okay? What does it mean, Minggong? It simply means foundation practice. It is the practice to boost your energy, stamina, vitality, immunity. Minggong is the practice to build a solid foundation for all life. It is to build a strong, healthy body. You need Minggong. And it's all in the lower abdominal area, okay? These points here are all the areas of the body, the energy centers, energy chakras, acupuncture points that are interconnected. And when you develop them, you are helping to develop that life foundation. The first point is lower Dantian. That is what Dr. and Master Jing Sha taught last week. The Foundation Energy Center to boost your energy, stamina, vitality, immunity. He even went deeper. He said that it's the rejuvenation, it's the immortality center. Very, very powerful. Today, we're going to focus on the second point, the snow mountain area. Before we go further, let me share a little story. When I met Master Sha, this was 20 years ago, and the first thing I did with him was I applied the techniques to heal my high blood pressure. So I did a technique called one hand near, one hand far to heal my high blood pressure condition, which it helps to move energy to the lower abdominal area. The second thing that I learned was to build the lower dantian. And these teachings were very new to me. So when I did it, I started to do the practices. In the beginning, I didn't really notice much. So when you start to learn these, give it time. You may feel something right away. It may take some time. But I was determined to do the practices because I was still in the process of recovering from high blood pressure. I did daily practice every single day to boost my lower dantian in my lower abdomen. 1 hour a day. 3 months into the practice, I started to notice a little bit of energy starting to develop. And I started to have more energy. So I would come home from work. At that time, I was a middle school mathematics teacher. I came home from work. Normally, I would take a nap before I would go on and do corrections of all the work. But I had more energy. I had more vitality. I could continue on throughout the whole day full of energy. 6 months later, that's when I noticed, like, wow, there is something energetically happening inside my body. Okay? So give it time. But when you use the practices to build the lower dantian and today to build the snow mountain area, your whole life is going to be different. 3 months from now, 6 months from now, if you do the practice, you will not be the same person. You will be happier, you'll be healthier, your mood will be better, your mind, your mental health will be better. Everything can transform with these practices, okay? Just wanted to share that. But now let's go back into the snow mountain area. So these areas, so what is Minggong? It's part, the lower dantian, the snow mountain area. I have a picture that I'll show you in a minute. The first 3 soul houses. The soul houses is another word for energy chakra. Okay, so the first one in Master Sha's teachings, it's also called the Haidilun. Okay, these are all Mandarin terms, which is the gear at the bottom of the sea. Okay, it's the root chakra at the base. The second soul house is between the base and the navel. Shuilun, the water gear. And the third soul house at the level of the navel, at the core of the body, Yulun, the sun gear. The Mingmen acupuncture point, if from your navel, you go all the way to the back, there's an acupuncture point there. It's called the Mingmen point. It is the gate of life. Okay, in traditional Chinese medicine, they call it the gate of life. And then the last one, the Weilu, is in the tailbone area. A very important point. So we're going to focus, though, just on the snow mountain, but I have a few slides so that you could picture where are all these points in the body. I want to know, okay? So let us look at that. So the first one are the 5 energy centers of the body. These are the 5 most important energy centers in the body. Last week, Master Sha talked about the lower dantian. Very important for boosting your energy, stamina, vitality, immunity. Very important for strengthening your immune system. Very important for longevity. You know, Master Sha went deeper last week in mortality journey. Today, we'll focus on the Kundalini, which it nourishes the kidneys. It nourishes your brain, third eye. I will speak more about that in a minute. Then you have the message center, the heart chakra in the middle of the chest. Very important for healing. Very important if you want to open the spiritual channels. It's really an important energy center for all life, to heal and transform all life. The Zhu Chao, it's near the forehead, between your eyebrows, for mind power, developing the potential power of your brain. And the third eye, to be able to see into the spiritual world, to see the images, or even to develop your creativity, okay? For Minggong, we just primarily focus at the bottom, lower Dantian, Snow Mountain. As you go up to the message center, the Zhu Chao, the third eye, you start to develop more like the soul intelligence, more like intelligence. So the bottom is more foundation, okay? So here's another picture of all the Minggong put together there at the bottom. You see it's all in the lower abdominal area. Zhong means core. This is the core of life at the base, okay? Very, very important. If you are sick or struggling with your health, you need to develop the core of your life, the foundation. If you feel out of balance emotionally, you need to develop the core. If you're struggling with your mental health, you need to develop your core. If you're struggling with your finances, you need to develop your core. Every part of life. Think of the Zhong, the core, as the source energy for all life, whether that be your health, relationships, finances, intelligence, spiritual journey, and more. Everyone needs to develop a strong Zhong. You know, I've been with Master Sha for 20 years. I've done these practices, but it does not matter if you are the first-time participant to the most advanced student here. All of us need to develop a stronger Zhong. Our life can be transformed. Our energy can be uplifted higher and higher. Okay? So in the beginning, we're using the power of the Zhong to strengthen our physical body. But as you go further, it is to heal your relationships, to transform your finances. It is to build a strong foundation for your spiritual journey. In fact, when I met Dr. and Master Zhigang Sha, all I did for 1 year, my very first year that I started to seriously study with him, all I did was build my lower Dantian for a whole year. I was just building the power of my lower Dantian. I was building my Zhong. I was building the foundation for my health, but also my spiritual journey. If you want to grow and develop in your spiritual journey, if you want to have a long life, a long, healthy, happy life, you need a strong Zhong. This is very, very, very important. So here's the Minggong, the Hui Yin, which is the root chakra, okay? The lower Dantian. The Kunggong is at the third soul house, at the level of the navel. Kunggong is a sacred temple, a spiritual temple, where source, soul, heart, mind, and body, source energy accumulates there. It's created there. Then you have the Mingmen point behind the navel, along the back, the gate of life. And then we have the Snow Mountain area, also known as the Kundalini. Okay? In traditional Taoist teachings, they called it the golden urn. In the yoga teachings, it's the Kundalini. In the Buddhist tradition, it's the Snow Mountain area. They all mean the same. They're talking about the same point in the body. Okay? Very important. Here are the 7 soul houses that run through the body. The first 3, okay, are the ones connected with Minggong. Above that is more for intelligence, okay? We still need them for healing, but they start to develop qualities for developing like soul potentials, soul abilities, and so forth. So the first 3 are very important. And those are the sounds there. Hey, hung, hong, okay? Along the back, the Mingmen point, it has the sound yo, okay? You see that black circle? That's the qi channel, the energy channel in the body. Very important for healing. Okay, so let's go move now further. So these practices of Master Sha, they focus on the transformation of what we call Shen, Qi, and Jing. Okay, so what is this? Let's talk about it a little bit. It's a universal law, Shen, Qi, Jing. It's the 5 steps of creation. For those of you who are in the Soulfulness program, it is a program where you can practice daily to be in the field. It is a universal law. It's a